What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Dermy Wormy, and this is an unusual video. And here, I'm gonna do it this way because Epic Verse, you know, as much as I love those dudes, don't need to be a part of this. Okay, love those dudes. This is me saying what I think needs to be said, blatantly. Yeah, I'm sort of defending Crowder right now. I'm sort of not. What it is what I'm going to lay out is the blatant facts of what's going on in Steven Crowder's life and what came about with a video, a Ring video, put out 2 years later after everything came about. Okay, this is 2 years after everything. We have serious questions here. Why is it 2 years later is the first question. Anyways. Well, actually, it's not 2 years is something you need to pick up on. Steven Crowder's been going through a serious divorce for the past 2 years. Started in 2021, right around the time his wife was pregnant. Maybe after, who knows how long it has been going on. Anyways, he's been going through a divorce. It has now become more public towards the end of the divorce. I believe it's in the finalization of the process, and yeah, it sucks. You know, it sucks going through a divorce. Divorces aren't fun. That's the reality of life. They're just shit. It doesn't make Steven any less of a person, any less religious. Sometimes things just don't work out, and that's the reality of nature. That's the reality here. But it's become public. Mainly it became public because a bunch of people online decided they needed to just start getting out there and saying, oh, it's happening. He's a bad person for it happening. You get Candace Owens opening up her big mouth and trying to blackmail Steven with all the information of his divorce. And now more people are coming out trying to blatantly, I have to say, it's blatantly trying to smear Steven Crowder. A video came out today, that is not good looking. I can say it outright. It does not look good. But it doesn't prove what is being alleged here. And this comes from Yashara's newsletter, who I don't know who this person is, but exclusive video reveals Steven Crowder emotionally abusing his wife. In statement, Hillary Crowder's family says she hid his emotionally abusive behavior for years. They are in the ending process of a divorce. You have to take that into account. We live in 2023. What just happened last summer? Oh, we had a massive lawsuit between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. For what? Defamation, where Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of being abusive. But the reality wasn't that. In that video, in that whole trial, we also had a video where Johnny Depp is saying things that he regrets, saying awful things. That happens in arguments. You say awful things. Awful things get said. Okay? These things happen. That's the first start. Now, it doesn't make you look good. It makes you look awful. But when you take that into account, this doesn't prove anything. This is one argument out of context. And on top of that, they don't even catch something that they're alleging he says. They just say that he says it. And towards the end of this video that I'm about to, do, I will give you my thoughts on why this video is coming out now, because I think it is important to point it out. But let's start the video.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary in abusive and cruel. You were not.
Take note real quick. This argument is starting up in the middle of an argument. This video starts up in the middle of an argument from 2 years ago. Okay, you gotta take all that into account. 2 years ago, Steven Crowder was, this is either before or after his serious surgery. This might be before, when he was about to have a surgery to try to help his life that he almost died during. You have to take that into account too. He was very nervous about that surgery. That's something to throw into here. Yes, she is pregnant with twins, and she had a hard time getting pregnant. She ended up having something seriously wrong happen to her while she was trying to get pregnant. Like, these things need to be taken into account during this argument. But no, starting in the middle of an argument or towards the tail end of an argument. So interesting that it starts here. What was the other context?
Taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I'd be happy.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first?
Was it just me, or is there a cut there? It might just be me, but this is weird.
But I'll go do it. How about you?
Yeah, there was a cut there. Isn't that interesting? There was a cut right there. What was cut out?
First. Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man respect? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man respect? No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not.
then I
taking
will ask them to take the food out. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here.
There's a question. Okay, so I believe they have more than one car. Okay, I've heard them talk about it. They have more than one car. Why is Steven unable to drive? That becomes another point. She wants to take a car. He would be left here by himself. Now, there's several points here. Yes, I don't think Steven looks good during any of this. And I know it's hard to hear. I'm going to try to edit it in post to try to make it easier for you guys to hear. It begs the question, why can't he go anywhere? Why can't he go places if she takes the car? Why does an 8-month-old pregnant woman, pregnant with twins, this is 8 months, want to go driving by herself? That's another question to throw in here. What's going on that we don't know?
Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back.
I'll admit that I don't like that either. Steven, come on. You know that kind of sounds childish.
It doesn't work either.
See,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
And making it work.
There's a good point there. Steven has a business. He has to be at places at certain times, certain things. He has to be able to jump at a moment's notice because of his job. She wants to take the car and go get groceries, obviously, but be back when I'm back, not good. But also at the same time, this is an argument between, at the time, married couples, both of them going through serious things and emotions are high. Stuff like this happens. It doesn't look good. It's nasty, but it doesn't prove abuse.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline and respect.
Yeah.
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up.
I know people are going to say, well, he says you need to have discipline and respect. He doesn't care about whammons. He doesn't care about this. He's the man of the house. He's very this. He's very that. I'll say this. Steven, he's very religious. He's very set in his ways. He is kind of a dick sometimes. I will blatantly say it. I still don't see abuse. Because she knew who he was when they were first getting married. She knew that he was very religious. He was very set in his ways. He was man of the house, worked together, family oriented. She knew this. So I don't see any abuse here. I see An argument between people that are having a hard time.
Give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily? I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
She claims that he is abusing her. Again, this is 2 years ago. She claims he has been abusing her. He says, watch it. Why? Well, there's some interesting things that are being said here. What are we taking from this? We live in 2020. Well, this is 2021. We live in 2023. Why is this video coming out now? Almost like she planned this. Almost like she kept this in her back pocket because they began divorce procedures in 2021. And oftentimes women have it set already that they're going to go through a divorce well before they actually announce that they're going through a divorce. And just because Steven Crowder got a divorce lawyer first doesn't mean anything. Just means, oh, he found out he's going through a divorce, he's going to get a divorce lawyer. All I see here is this is being a setup for Crowder from the beginning.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
Yeah, I don't think him cussing her out right there is good. But again, this is a heated argument. And take note, I did point out there's a cut in the video.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem.
That isn't something nice to say. That doesn't look good on Steven. I'm blatantly saying it. When he says, I don't love you, that doesn't look good. It looks like they've been struggling for a while and he's having a hard time. It doesn't look good on her either. Especially when you take into account what Steven says next.
I've never received love from you, and the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary?
He's right. He is right. You can't just say, I love you, and expect everything to be hunky-dory. It's starting to sound like there's been things that have been boiling up for a long time, and this came out now. This is why this argument feels so heated, nasty, and honestly, I'm gonna say it again. Crowder doesn't look good in this argument. But that doesn't mean he's abusive. Okay? It just means this is one argument out of context to started recording at a weird time in the argument, has a cut in the argument, and then everything else gets exceptionally worse. I mean, this is how arguments go. They heat up, emotions start flaring, things get said, and then the final point, and we're nearing it, isn't even on video.
You're right, we're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say.
There's another cut. There's another cut right there. Because watch.
Worthy of a wife. No, not as a.
Everything cuts right there. Why is it cutting? What's going on? What are you cutting out? Are these segments pieced together? Or are you specifically cutting things out? Because this argument starts feeling weird too, because he was saying, become a wife worthy. And then he responds with, no, I said wife, not life. Life. Something was cut out.
A wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage anymore. I'm going to go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not engaged.
This next part, I don't think looks good on Crowder. I think it looks kind of shitty on Crowder. I'll blatantly say it. Doesn't prove abuse.
I'm not going to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to notice it?
Why is he saying walk the dogs, put on some gloves? I don't like the fact that he's making his pregnant wife try to walk the dogs, but why is he requesting her put on some gloves? What's going on? There's parts of this argument that are specifically cut out. We don't know where this argument is going about. It is framed specifically to make Crowder look awful. Keep that in mind. This is a divorce. This is coming out from the family of the person divorcing Steven. It is supposed to look bad on Steven. That's why it's been released this way. Keep that in mind.
Are you committed enough to do anything? Are you committed enough to do anything?
I'm gonna just.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take?
And here's the interesting part, okay? I'm going to read this part to you. Then I'm going to finish the video. Because I want this to be pointed out. As the Crowders head inside, Steven gets angrier and angrier, and by his own admission screams, "I will F you up," at his pregnant wife, Hillary, who then flees their home. By his own admission, where has he admitted this? Where has he said any of this happened? People are getting this part solely from this. I have not seen him admit to this. I have not seen it said anywhere. And fun fact.
You take that in.
You don't hear it. Now, when you scroll down, because I highlighted it, they try to bring it up again. As they head inside, Crowder got angrier and angrier and was, by his admission, via audio I reviewed, audio you reviewed. Audio you reviewed. Where's the audio? Put the audio out. Yelling angrily and said, "I will F you up." According to both Crowders, Steven immediately pulled back and realized what he said, but by that point, Hillary was frightened and left the house. Okay, one, we don't have the audio. This is just being said that it was said. Two, it looks like tensions got hotter and hotter. Things were said that he shouldn't have said. And it went on. And he realized he effed up. This is another thing. In an argument, things get said. Let he who has not said something awful or heinous or something they regret in an argument cast the first stone. Now, somebody's going to come out here, and I've dealt with it on Twitter already, to say, "Hey, well, I've never said I will F you up to my significant other or somebody I care about." That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, in arguments, in heated arguments, things get said. Words get said. People's emotions are running high. You are going to say something you probably don't really mean. You're going to call her a "see you next Tuesday." She's going to say that, some other boyfriend who she's been with has a bigger dong and is better in bed. Things like that are going to be said. Things like that are going to come out. That is the reality of these relationship arguments. Now, again, you also have to take into account what I have pointed out. It starts in a weird spot during this entire argument. There are two cuts in this argument, and we do not hear or see Steven Crowder say what is alleged that he has said. We only have the writer's word to go on, Hillary's word to go on. Well, not even Hillary's word, but it kind of looks like Hillary's putting all this stuff out. Now, I told you, why do I think this is happening? Why do I think this is all going on right now? I think this is being put out on purpose. I think this is being put out specifically because their divorce is nearing the point where you divvy up the assets. Okay? They have twins together. Divvy up the assets. You have twins. Paint Crowder to be an abusive asshole. Keep the kids. Get all the money. You get pushed into a better spot. A lot of people are saying, well, why hasn't this come out on court? Why is this being put out into the public? This doesn't affect the courts. Yes, it does. It affects public opinion. Public opinion can be swayed. And if public opinion swings one way or the other, usually it sways in the way that doesn't really help out the dude. It can really screw up somebody's life. This feels like a well-placed moment that they are putting out now to make Crowder look awful, heinous, and horrible, and make Hillary look like a saint, look like a victim, look like all that. Now, I'm not saying that Crowder isn't an awful person. He probably has done some awful things. Simultaneously, we don't know anything about Hillary. She could be a raging see you next Tuesday. All we have is this. Now, I know there's other things going on in Crowder's life right now. You got the Landau situation. You got other people speaking out saying that he's this awful human being. That doesn't prove anything. These are just, we don't have any proof of this. This is people's perspectives. When it comes to Landau, he was getting things he didn't like. He wasn't getting things he liked. When it comes to Hillary, they're going through a divorce, a 2-year divorce. When it comes to Candace Owens, well, check the Daily Wire situation for that. This is going to happen. We don't have any proof that he's an abuser. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know your comments down below. This is probably going to be a video that people don't like what I had to say, but I'm pointing it out. I have to point it out, and I'm being as objective as possible. Even though I am a Crowder fan, I have to put that out there. I should have put it at the beginning of this video. I'm a Crowder fan. But I'm trying to be objective. I mean, I pointed out, I don't like how Crowder's acting here. I don't like what he's saying. I don't like what he's doing. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't see him as being an abuser here. I just don't. But again, let me get you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. You're free to disagree with me. You're free to vote this video. But if you guys agree with me, or like that I put out this video, or even disagree with me but still like that I put out this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.